Well, welcome to another episode of Brackish Water Outdoors, where we bring you the latest news on your fishing YouTubers and maybe some channels you haven't heard of before. Let's dive into our three major headlines of the day. First is Uncut Angling. It's actually the second video he's produced in like less than 2 weeks, which is crazy for him. He usually is like one a month, maybe one every 2 months sometimes. This one is, he actually almost drowns. It's crazy. The story that he tells, and going out on early ice, it's unbelievable. So if you haven't seen it, it's a great video to check out. But as you watch further in, what Garmin Live Scope does is amazing. Like what he finds from what happens earlier in the video is unbelievable. It makes me want Live Scope so bad. So hopefully Lawrence, Hummingbird, you guys are coming out with something soon. But yeah, if you haven't watched the latest episode of Uncut, if you're a little unsure about what really Live Scope can do, head over, watch out his latest video, and you'll be super impressed, and you'll be running to the store to pick up the new Garmin Live Scope. So our second headline is Googan Squad 1v1 Challenge, Westin Smith versus Peric. This is like, let's see, this is the second time Westin Smith's made an appearance. He was in the episode we talked about last week called Uncharted with him, Peric, and Jon B. It seems like he has some affiliation with the Googan Squad. I'm not too sure what that is, but if you guys know, post in the comments below, let me know what that relationship was. Because I checked out Westin's channel. He has a channel too, and I'll link it below. He's doing some fishing stuff. He doesn't seem to have a ton of videos, but I'm not too sure what that link is. So if you guys know, let me know. Another interesting thing in this video is the Googan Squad's going to release a new lure called the Revolver, it's called. It's basically, they don't really show like a good close-up, but you can see in some of the clips, it looks like a whopper plopper, but a double propped one. So it seems like it might be a good lure. It's going to sell huge. I mean, I'm pretty sure companies like Fenwick and Strike King and all those big brands probably wish they partnered with these Googan Squad guys, because these guys are just killing it in the tackle retail sales. Anything new they come out blows up. So if you're looking to check out the newest Googan Squad video, we'll put a link down below. So the third headline of the day is Blacktip Fishing. He put out a new YouTube video where he's heading out fishing for swordfish and tilefish. I find it super interesting, just some of the saltwater stuff, because we never see it or I've never used it before. But man, I don't know, if you know what the cost of some of these reels this guy is using fishing 1,500 feet deep, let me know. Post them below. I mean, he goes out with a guide, but still, the investment that these guys have to make in this equipment is crazy. So in the second half, then he also goes for tilefish. I've never really heard of them or saw them before, but they look like great fighters, and they're supposedly amazing eaters. So if you like stuff from Blacktip, you like ocean fishing, make sure you check out the link below and check out Blacktip Fishing's latest video. So the second part of our episode is we're just going to continue with the headlines. Jon B just came out with a new video where he stocks his Googan Lagoon pond with 100 brook trout. It's a cool little video. I mean, he's like the Camp Claw, which is located up in Maine. I think it's great content when he's up there. I think it's really cool what he's doing, trying to like sort of build an oasis of fishing, hunting. Yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it's literally like every guy's dream to have like his own land and property and have his own cabin and, you know, all the toysy stuff he has. He destroys most of them, but I think it's really cool what he does when he does videos up at Camp Claw. So if you want to see Jon B stock his pond with 100 brook trout, head over and check out his channel. So for our next topic, we're going to head up to Canada. We're going to talk about Siemens. I don't know if you guys may have not heard, but he's one of the original guys that actually helped Aaron Weebs get Uncut Angling going. He did all the filming and editing. He produces a ton of great regular content, but this is the first ice fishing episode of the season. It gets you jacked up for like ice fishing, and he talks about safety once again, which is very, very important in early ice. But one of the best things I think he features is the Garmin Live Scope. Like I say, it's the second time we mentioned it now. He talks about a little bit about his setup, but he also talks about the cost. I mean, for the ice fishing bundle, it's a $2,000 purchase, which for the average person makes it, I don't know if it's an affordable option. It makes it a little bit unrealistic, but man, the detail this thing shows, it makes me like want to save for one or sell stuff once you see how well the detail is on this Garmin Live Scope. So if you haven't checked out J Siemens or haven't heard of them before, I'll post a link down below. So for the last topic of the day, we're going to stay in Canada. We're actually going to head to the West Coast, Vancouver, Canada. We're going to talk about fishing with rod. A lot of guys probably down south haven't heard of him, maybe even back east haven't heard of him, but he's been around forever. He's got to be one of the biggest YouTube like Canadian fishing channels. I mean, Uncut I think was probably the biggest, but down from them he's got to be in the top 3 or 4 channels. And in this episode, he heads out to the Vedder River. It gets a ton of pressure, but he fishes for chum salmon. Talks a little bit about his setup. Talks about too, a lot of people think chum salmon are trash fish, not good eating, but he goes into like how he preps them and stuff to turn them into great table fare. So if you haven't heard of fishing with rod before, head over. I'll post a link in the description below and check his stuff out. It's very entertaining. Well, folks, thank you for watching Brackish Water Outdoors, where we bring you the latest news from your favorite YouTubers and maybe some you haven't discovered yet. Always remember, live your passion.